Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an OP level 20 HALSIN build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to keep him a druid, but make the druid so much stronger. By adding in the barbarian, this gives us the ability to resist all damage types except psychic, and also adding in the rogue thief can give us a bonus action to be able to rage and also wild shape in the same turn. And we can also cast spells, so this gets pretty crazy, and I'll show you how to do this in this video. So we're going to start off with the druid itself. Now, if you got mistress spells, you got a lot of extra options there. We're just going to keep Shillelagh there and Thorn Whip. Use a torch early game and use this on it. It'll be the most offensive version that you can go with. And for our ability scores, I think it's best to go with a 16 dexterity, 14 constitution. We'll go with the 10 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 10 charisma. And wisdom's going to be our main spellcasting modifier, so we're going to obviously want to focus on that as much as possible. So, getting into our spells and level up guide. I'll also cover gear as well as combat to show you how to make the most of this. Now, level 2, we're obviously going Circle of the Moon. This is the HALSIN subclass, and this gives us some pretty cool abilities. We also get the Wild Shape Bear, and we can Wild Shape as a bonus action, and then we can also use the Lunar Mend, expending spell slots to regain health while in our Wild Shape. So, for the spells we're going to be taking, I think that going with Create Water can be very nice for setting up. You can also go with like Long Strider, Thunder Wave for the pushback, Ice Knife if you get silenced, Cure Wounds can be okay at times. Even Fog Cloud is nice for the crowd control and hiding out in it. If you got Mistress spells, Absorb Elements can also be a really nice spell, so you can go with one of those as well if you'd like. And Long Strider is another really good spell for the increased movement speed. Now, at level 3, we get some more spells here. So, Spike Growth is really effective. We want to have Spike Growth if at all possible, because this will give us the ability to create crowd control, and then we can go into our Wild Shape form. We also got ourselves things like Hold Monster or Hold Person here, which is really effective. So we can take that as well, because that is a really nice spell to just help out your fighters and any martial class. Now, level 4 here, we get ourselves the Dire Raven and Deep Wrathe form, as well as we get another cantrip, so you can take Guidance, or Frostbite's nice if you got Mistress spells, but we also get ourselves another choice in spell here. So you can also, I guess, add in the Absorb Elements. And for our feat, I think it's best to bump up our wisdom or our dexterity. Dexterity will give us better armor class and initiative. Wisdom will give us better spell rolls. So it's your choice here. You can go with either the dexterity or the wisdom. Now, another really good option is we can actually go with the Tavern Brawler. This is going to give a double our strength modifier to damage and attack rolls. Our owlbear charge has 20 strength, so that gives it plus 10 to our attack rolls. And this counts anytime you do a attack as a wild shape, it's going to count as an unarmed attack. So this can actually be very good. You could also have set your constitution to 15 there to take it up to 16. Now, level 5, we get the additional wild strike or wild shape charge or wild shape attack, which can actually buff us up quite a bit. And we get to take some more spells. This is just regular Call Lightning. I don't know why I changed the icon. I have another mod installed. Plant Growth is great for crowd control. Tidal Wave is also nice. We can take off Create Water and use Tidal Wave if you have Mistress spells, because it does damage and creates water. Call Lightning is consistent damage. Plant Growth is nice because it doesn't require concentration. You can use that to create crowd control for us. At level 6, we have the Primal Strike. This is a subclass feature ignoring resistance and immunity to non-magical damage. And we get the big bad owlbear. This is the best wild shape charge or form that we get to level 10. So we're also going to take another spell here, so we can go with something like Call Lightning can be somewhat effective. Sleet Storm is also nice to stop concentrations, so that can be very effective there to just shut down the enemies. Now at level 7, we get access to level 4 spells, so we can start to shuffle these around, because Spike Growth can be covered by taking Woodland Being. They can create Spike Growth for us, so we don't have to hold concentration. Minor Elementals are really nice. Ice Storm's good because it can create an ice surface as well. And if you have Mistress spells, Summon Elemental is also kind of nice for some more summons, because that's really where we shine. Now we get the Saber-Tooth Tiger at level 8 and another feat, so at this point we can take up our dexterity or our wisdom. Using strength potions can be okay. I guess in wild shape it changes your strength, so these don't really matter as much. Your wisdom is going to be most effective for spell casting, whereas dexterity will give you a better initiative, and then you can wild shape right off the bat. So at level 9, we get access to level 5 spells here. So some very good ones. Insect Plague is great crowd control. We also get Conjure Elemental, which is really effective. If you have Mistress spells, you can get the Summon Draconic Spirit or the Summon Elemental. So those are two other really good ones too you can go with. So I'm going to take all of them because our spell slots are mostly for using summons and other spells before we go into wild shape, and then for healing us. Now level 10, we get all of our benefits here. So we get 2 additional attacks in wild shape. We have the Dilophosaurus, but the big one here is we have the Air Myrmidon. This gives us the electrified flail, which can stun targets, and we can do 3 attacks with it, which is incredibly strong. The Iridith Myrmidon's nice. Fire and as well as the water are okay. I think they're pretty effective, but the best one is by far the water or the air Myrmidon. And for our next cantrip, let's take whatever you got there. Poison spray or even the frostbite can be nice. And then for our prepared spells, we're going to go with planar binding can also be somewhat effective too. So if you want to go with something like that, you can roll with it. Wall of fire can be great for damage. Confusion can also be nice. So we're going to roll with that. Now this is where we want to start splitting off. We can go one more level to get Conjure Fey, which is really nice if you got Mistress spells unlocked or downloaded. But we can also go ahead here with adding in the Barbarian. This will give us Constitution-based armor class, which is really nice for survivability. But it also is going to give us at level 3, if we go with the Wildheart Barbarian, which fits perfectly thematically here. The Wildheart is going to give us a Bestial Heart, and we could go with the Bear Heart. It makes sense for Halsin. While raging, you can use Relentless Furiosity, which is just a healing thing, but we got the Bear Heart here, which makes it so that whenever we use this, we have resistance to all damage except physical damage, so we take half damage from all sources. You can also give some piercings to Halsin if you'd like. I think they look a little silly on him, and we'll just roll with that. So now we can also add in the Rogue. As the Rogue's gonna give sneak attacks, that doesn't really matter. We're in it for the bonus action here, so we get the bonus action abilities to dash, disengage. And then we get the Thief subclass here, which gives us an additional bonus action. This is really nice. We want that because now we can rage and then go into wild shape on the same turn. Now, this is where things get a little bit dicey because there's a few different ways we can go about this. We can add in the fighter because the fighter is going to give us defense, which gives it a +1 to armor class, which actually counts in our wild shape. But the big thing that we want is action surge because before we go into our wild shape, we can cast a few spells using this. So we're going to take the 2 levels there. And now I think the best choice is to, I got the Plague Blade there. I think the best choice is to actually go back to the Druid and take the extra level here so that we can get the Conjure Fey. So this will also give us level 6 spells, which is nice. So now we got ourselves another summon. And I just think that that's probably the best. If you got Mistress spells unlocked, you can also go with like Sunbeam or even like Hero's Feast will increase health, which is really nice. And I guess I'm going to reset all the spells. So another spell that we could take is the at level 2 summon beast. If you got Mistress spells, this will give us another summon, as we want summons. These are nice when we're in our wild shape. Now we get ourselves, we can go to level 12 here. This will give us the feat. There is other ways we can also add in things like the cleric. If you want to add in for the single level the war cleric, this can be nice because this will give us weapon proficiency. I guess we weapon proficiency for the barbarian, but with this we got bonus action attacks, which could be something since we have that extra bonus action. So war domain. This will also be nice because we can cast spells using our wisdom, and it gives us a few extra spells, which can be nice. So we could roll with something like this. Getting ourselves command is pretty nice. Just for a single level dip, that's actually really good. But you can also go with level 12 with the druid itself. Now for gear. So what we'll roll with for gear is obviously the armor moonbasking. There's only a few items that'll persist into wild shape. This will give us temporary health when we're in wild shape and reduce incoming damage, and give us a +2 to armor class and advantage on saving throws against spells while in wild shape. That is huge. This is the most essential item. We also got ourselves a shapeshifter hat, which gives us an additional wild shape charge, cloak protection for better armor class, Helldusk gloves for additional spell save and fire damage, and we got the evasive shoes for better armor class, the amulet of greater health, which will give us 231 health. And we got Ring of Protection for better armor class as well. You can go with a critical hit ring. And the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring. This gives us a 1d4 bonus to all checks while in wild shape. So that can be nice as well. So I went with the Staff of Spell Power, but we can swap this out for Marka Heshker and the Viconia's Walking Fortress. And I guess for a bow, we can take the Hellrider Longbow for the +3 to initiative because we want to make sure we roll a good initiative. Now, the staff is used to be able to give ourselves a free casting of a spell. So with this, we can summon in our water. I would recommend a water Myrmidon because we got electrified attacks whenever we're in our wild shape. So going to water Myrmidon, we can go air Myrmidon with our transformation, and that's just going to be pretty strong. So once that's done, you can take this off and swap out to take Marka Heshker, which is going to be really good for a few reasons. So with Marka Heshker, you also get the Arcane Battery. So we can use this to summon in another summon. So we also got the Conjure Fey, and we'll go with the Dusk Hag here. So this is another summon that we got. If you got the Elith ability for the free cast, you can free cast that. We got the Minor Elementals giving us the Ice Elementals, which won't let me select them for some reason. So we'll go with the Mud Methods. That's pretty nice. We also got ourselves the Woodland Being, which is a good summon because it's a summon. I heard you like summons, so I gave you a summon that can summon a summon. and that gives us a wood which can entangle targets, which is really nice. And then we also got ourselves the summon beast, so we can do a raven, wolf, or a frog. And we're gonna go with the raven because I can set up blind. So it's another spell, or it's another creature that we got. Let's get the summon draconic spirit, which will drop out a little bit later. And on top of all of that, we also got ourselves the summon elemental, which can give us a water elemental spirit, and that's from mistress spells again too. So it's just another summon on top of all the ones that we got now. So you can see there we got quite a few summons with us, but that's pretty effective. So we'll get out into combat and show off what this looks like here now. Now, before we start combat, we're going to use Kreska's favor and take the bolts of doom. This is going to give us lightning charges, but it also gives us a free cast of chain lightning. So we can actually be pretty strong with this, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So now we want to also summon in a draconic spirit, and I would recommend the blue dragon. This does take up quite a large space, so just make sure that you got the space to summon that bad boy in. And then we're going to start our combat on our next turn. So you can see we got a lot of summons here, but I guess the best way to start combat off here now would be to go ahead with something crazy. You could also use the cold, the frost of the cold winter to be able to create more damage, but tidal wave to chain lightning is really effective. I also like to go with an ice storm here because it's going to create a crowd control surface, and it's a great way to start combat because you already have your crowd control set up. So now we're in combat, and what this is going to be all about, we did not roll the highest initiative, so we just got to get bonked over the head here. And they're losing attitude because we're making them slip on ice. But ice is great because this can block and make it so it's we're already losing some of, we lost our mud methods. No, if you can spread out your summons, that's going to be most optimal because yeah, late game they have volley, which is just completely ripping these apart. We are already losing multiple of our summons. That stinks, but we're still fine. So I guess we got two actions again, so we can go with a classic chain lightning that should spread and take out. We got counterspelled. That is unfortunate because now we don't have our chain lightning. So that's not ideal. But I guess what we could also do is go with an insect plague here. So this is just going to be further crowd control, and we'll drop this down, bonk, and that gives us lightning charges. We also got our our action surge, so we're going to go with action surge here. And then we're going to now go into our rage, so we can use our bear heart rage, get into that form, rah, get resistance to all damage types. Unfortunately, that does break, I guess, insect plague, but and finally we can go into our wild shape. So what we want to use is our air myrmidon, and with the air myrmidon we can go around stunning targets. So this is really good because I guess we have still the action there. The electrified flail will be our big damage because with this you can stun targets or just do crazy amounts of damage to them. So I guess we'll come back here and hit the targets here. So just blast with this. The myrmidons are really powerful. So that target's now stunned. Perfect, that's what we wanted. And then we'll try to hit this target here. Perfect, 99% hit chance. Bonk, nice. And they're stunned too. That is exactly what we wanted, so we'll just move into another position here. And we'll just end our turn. Pretty strong, as you can see. Then we got our water myrmidon. What's nice about the water myrmidon is it can also create water for us, but it also can do some pretty crazy attacks, like hit this tree, and they blocked most of them. And it took out our other. that happens. That does happen, unfortunately. So we'll just move him around. Then we got our draconic spirit, so we'll use this to do a lightning attack, so big dragon breath there. This doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's enough. It's enough. It took out one target. And then we can also fly it around. It only has 50 health, so you gotta be careful with it. And then we have our dust hag here, which can also put targets to sleep, which is nice because when they're asleep, then you can attack with this target. So we're gonna put this one to sleep, and we'll put, we can put one of these else to sleep. So perfect. We'll put this one to sleep and call that there. So now they're sleeping, and then we can attack them with our attacks afterwards. The dust hag is really nice from mistress spells. And another thing, we got the wood here, so it can also just use entangle and create crowd control for us, which is nice because then this will create the twisting vines, which can bind them in place. So we're getting wrecked. We lost our woodland being, and we lost our dragon, but we have sleeping targets here that we're going to leave alone, and we can want to set up as many stuns as we can. So that's what the electrified flail is all about. So we're just going to run around with this and bonk them with the electrified flail. This will stun them. He did not get stunned, so we're gonna bonk again, and there we go, critical hit, perfect. And then we can follow it up. You just want to use this attack endlessly. It's that good. You do have other ones like the raging vortex, which can silence targets, which can be good. We also get the elemental warp, which is nice because you can move into a position that's going to be most optimal for you. Again, we'll leave those two sleeping. I don't think I can teleport this close to the Baldur's Gate, but I'm going to do it anyways. It might break me out of my wild shape. We'll see. Oh no, we're fine here. And then we'll bonk this one. Perfect. And then I guess I could run over to this one here. It might let me. Yep, perfect. And we'll go bonk with this. So hopefully we can get a stun off. They saved on it. That's fine. We'll just do this again. As the stun will just set it up so that you're... they saved on it again, unfortunately. Well, we'll just call her there. We have our water Myrmidon here. So what's nice about this is you can team up with your Myrmidons because they also have the teleport, so they can get crazy mobility, as you can see here. And there's 3 of them in a close vicinity, which is perfect for the water Myrmidon to just drop these down. They'll probably take out... Yep, it did, unfortunately. Didn't even hit those, of course. That's how it goes. And then we got our hag here, which can... whenever there's a target that's sleeping, you can go with the Nightmare Touch, which does a lot of damage and will heal the hag. Our hag is fine, but we got counterspelled, of course we did. I didn't realize we had more guards coming after us there. They did not like the hag, but they're asleep, so that's fine. And then we can use our woodland. I guess we can move it over there. And with this, we're going to try and entangle the whole group. So, not enough movement. That's a Koi. We'll try to use... Yeah, we got the entangle. Yeah, it's not hitting, unfortunately. We'd like to be able to use the entangle on them because with the entangle, we're able to just hold them in place. But yeah, our Myrmidon squad here is just going to go blast away. So they're just further running away from us. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run up and attack them. So that's the nice thing about being in your Myrmidon form. You have crazy mobility. You also deal lightning damage. So if you're able to get water set up, you can do a ton of damage with water. Unfortunately, we had to use all 3 attacks to hit this target here. Then we'll just go and bonk this one here. Hopefully, between the 2 Myrmidons, we get the air and water Myrmidon. They just look so cool. Should be able to finish them off with 2 more attacks. And that's got 99% hit chance. Perfect. And also, the nice thing is you need weapon proficiencies to be most effective as a Myrmidon. So you get exactly that with this class. And that's what's nice about it. Now, we use up our teleport there. I guess you can use the teleport twice per turn because you got the 2 bonus actions. And we're just a few hairs short of that there, unfortunately, not being able to hit. That's not ideal, but it is what it is. And we'll just take our other Myrmidon here, and it's also got the teleport here, so we can get it into prime positioning. A little bit away from the others, because they're just going to use volleys to attack, but sometimes you can't do what you can only do what you can do, so we'll try and hit these targets here with the ice attacks. Not very likely to hit, but 15 damage, we'll take it. Any little bit counts. And then we can go with our... I guess we'll try to attack that target. It blocked it and got a hit off. Nice. Love that. Here we go. We're finally able to entangle some targets. This is the big... Oh, never mind. So we're back here with our electrified flail. This is just, again, our big one that we always want to use. If you stun a target, you can move on to the next one, but we're just going to continually bonk them until we can get the get that off. Now, we want to attack their mage over there because they have a summon. And we're the only ones that allowed summons here, so we're gonna pop up in their face and bonk away. Unfortunately, that was a big miss. I don't know what happened. I think I clicked the wrong area. But what's cool is we can teleport twice using our bonus action. So we use up that last bonus action there, and then we can go with the electrified flail on this target. Hope finally stun someone. Nice. And they'll go and stun this target here. So this is exactly what the air Myrmidon is all about. And they saved on it. That's fine. So then we got this Myrmidon, which can also attack, so pretty good damage there. Just a little effectiveness. See, they skip their turn because they're stunned, so we just got the upper hand in combat. And I'll just skip them. They've been useless. I forgot about them. And back to the bonk game. So we're going to use our electrified flail again. Hopefully can stun somebody with this, because once they're stunned, they're pretty useless. So they saved on it. That's fine. We're just going to take them out with the next attack. Bonk. Nice. And then we'll finish off this target here, the final one in our combat. And just nice. We stunned it. That's perfect. So we can just continually beat on it till it's over. So that's the beauty of the air Myrmidon. It's so strong at that. Oh, there's one more target. I should have went after him after that, but that's okay. We can always get him with our other Myrmidon. So we can use the high maul strikes. We'll use that just for potential damage. Miss. It's going to miss often. That's kind of the nature of it. It's going to try and use volleys. Nice. We got our attack off there. Myrmidon gang goes hard. he's gonna critically hit me, which does not matter too much, as yeah, we finally lost our temporary health. We had a lot of temporary health there. I'm surprised we get taken out earlier. I could have probably just walked there, but it's fun to just go, oh, I missed again. There's a mod that makes it so you don't hit the ground. I always do that where I click on the ground, unfortunately. So that is not ideal because we would have taken him out there, but that is the... I don't know why he's tilting his head like that. This is a level 20 HALSIN build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. Really strong with the combination of things that we got there. The resistance from the barbarian gives us super survivability, and we're also a very good spellcaster. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Those war priest charges also helped out quite a bit because we used them all up, but let me know your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.